Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the Monday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Yeah, Monday.
Here we go, yeah.
You made me laugh so hard at the beginning of the show today because I was driving into work and it was so rainy out and dreary and depressing, and there was the saddest music on it. Holy fuck, what a Monday.
What a Monday. Yeah, it's definitely a tough day to get going here.
Well, then I also knew what we're going to be talking about. I just go, oh my gosh, this Monday is fuck.
Yeah, it's really stacked itself up nicely. If you guys missed the regular show, I had to make the unfortunate announcement that my mom lost her battle with COVID and passed away yesterday. So they decided to turn off the ventilator that she was on, and she went about 10 minutes later, but my dad got 30 minutes with her. And, you know, they tell you that they're aware, you know, of what's going on. And, you know, I don't know, hopefully it's all true, but they made it sound like, oh, as wonderful as it could be. She was aware of what's going on, but she's not panicked and not in any kind of state. And so, you know, I don't know how much of that. They just tell you to make you feel better. But,
Sure.
You know, you hope it's all true. And, you know, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. But, you know, I appreciate all the support and the outpouring that people have left comments and all that kind of stuff. It is very heartwarming to have all that, and every comment means something. So,
And I know what you mean when you say coming into work, staying distracted, that's good for you.
Yeah.
It is. I think for someone like you, it's the best thing you could be doing.
I can't stew on it. I just can't, you know, and if I keep myself busy, then, you know, it's all good. And yesterday I knew, you know, kind of what was going down, and it was tough. And I was in just such a thing, and you know, the Mexican queen, she was like, let's go to the O Resort and get a beer. And so I was like, okay, cool. I need that, you know. And it was nice to just be there at the ocean. I know my mom's not going to be around anymore, and I get that. I'm terribly sad about it, but I'm not one of those people. I cannot stew on sadness.
Well, you have a good
It's
head.
tough for me.
You have a good head on your shoulder, and like you said earlier too, you have a family that was raised in faith, and you guys have faith, and that comforts you.
Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate. It's sad, but yeah, that's just it. That is life, and trust me, there are a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. So,
and you're going up there this weekend. You're going to go for the services. You're going to be there for your dad.
Yep. Yeah,
And
I'm
mean,
going to do all that.
And as just a friend, not coworker, I want to say I think it's awesome how strong you appear on the air, and I think that's a cool thing for people to see. That encourages people.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. There's just a lot of stuff that I resign myself. I realize that it's out of your control, and I'm a control freak, and so I just kind of, you know, with everything, even with mom's stuff, I just kept looking up stuff and talking to the nurse and say, hey, what's going on with this? What's
Have
the
you
status of
tried
that?
this? Have you tried that?
Have you done this? Have you done that? And so, you know, everything that I saw and I found, I felt really good. They gave me satisfying answers. And for me, I felt like, okay, I had done everything that I could. I went down the checklist of anything anybody was using to say whether or not mom had received it or not. And there were a few things that I'd thrown out there, and dad made all the decisions. That was his right to do that. And he and the doctor on one of the treatments, they thought it was a little too out there. And so they didn't want to go that route. And I said, hey, I got to respect it. Is the son, I feel like I'm doing my part to try to look it up and present it as an option. And thank you to people who sent me all those articles, because trust me, I threw out everything.
Yeah. Anytime we have a heartbreaking moment with our personal life, not to kiss their ass and sound pandering, but KVJ Nation really does step it up. They say unbelievable things and very supportive.
Yeah, I mean, this is just one of many. So not just thanks to Nikki, but to everybody else. One that she said, wow, just wow. I'm so sorry. I'd like to know what we, the KVJ Nation, can do to help. not just you and your family, but all people connected to the team. We're here for you and everyone associated with the show. I understand the fine line that you walk being a public figure, but if you feel the need to take a stand right now, please do it for your mom, for Jaybird, who was so lucky to battle through this horrible virus, and for anyone else who might need some advice from someone they respect and listen to. You bring joy to me every day and have brought me through some of the darkest times of my life, and I want the nation to do the same for you, no matter what it is. I know this isn't a message of joy, but of purpose, and whatever you feel our purpose is to help you right now, please let us know.
Oh, that's sweet.
That is very sweet, and thank you very much. And honestly, I'm not lying when I say this. I am fine. I really am. You know, it's my mom is no longer with us, and I'm fine. My dad is fine. And if you could do anything, there's two things. One, pour on kindness to other people and a little bit more understanding, which I talked about the other day. That's one thing. Just I would love to see a brighter, happier world and brighter, happier people in it. And remember that everybody is going through something, so try to be a little bit more understanding and give a little bit of love. And then I just encourage you to pay attention to your health. And I'm not making any kind of political statement about anything. I would do this any other time. And when COVID hit, I readdressed my own health. And I said, you know what? I want to trim up a little bit more. I'm carrying some extra fat that I don't want to have on my body. And I readjusted things. So this is a statement for anything. Just take your health seriously and, you know, communicate and try to do what you can that's best. So, you know, in the position I'm from, I believe this is a very serious time and a very serious thing. So, you know, if you do anything, do that. And I'm not telling you to get vaccinated or not. Just asking that you look at your health and
talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Get real medical advice from a person who went to actual medical school.
Right. That would be, you know, my suggestion on that. So take your health seriously. So. But thank you again to everybody. So that's what you guys can do for me, and thank you for every single message that I received. It did mean a lot.
Are you looking forward to seeing anyone up there, or is there any? Will you see a lot of people you haven't seen since?
Yeah,
a kid?
Well, it's been a while. I haven't, you know, really been back to Logan to hang out with a lot of people in a while. I've seen some of them other places where they might live, and, you know, a few have come down here. But, yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I got a text last night from a buddy of mine that I haven't seen in a very long time. I didn't get back to my reunion. I'm going to meet up with him. He's the kid that was smoking weed in the third grade.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, he was
Early
the one
bloomer.
He was the one that went out deer hunting, and he made a bong out of the antler. Like, he's had a way. Other than Denny's, he's the guru of weed that I've known in my life.
He's a local legend.
Yeah, he is a local legend. He's pretty amazing. So to reconnect with him and, you know, see where he is. So yeah, there's going to be stuff's going to be great. I think I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to have some Pizza Crossing pizza.
Good.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So that'll be fun to do. So yeah, you know, there's part of it that I'm looking forward to. I'm always in life. I'm just always trying to look for what is the joy. And so, you know, it's a sad occasion that I'm going there, but I'm going to have a lot of joy out of it. I'm going to enjoy every moment.
And honor your mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
And celebrate her life and celebrate all the lessons that she taught you.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do to honor her.
Absolutely. And her just, you know, me just going through and thanking everybody that is showing up to support my mom. That's what I can do for her, is say thanks when she can't. So.
Yeah, I was telling you a little bit before the podcast, when my mom passed away, we didn't really even legit have a funeral. You all came. It was just at my mom's house. We had a celebration of her life, and that was really all we did. Because the family knew that's what my mom wouldn't have wanted anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's important to do what you and your family feels is right for you and your loved ones.
Yeah. And you know, I think that what Dad has decided, this is probably what, you know, Mom would want. I think they had conversations, because I know when it came to the ventilator, he and Mom had that kind of discussion, that neither one of them, I know that they don't want that kind of fake existence where a machine is doing the work to keep them alive. You give your body a chance to fight, but when your body is not going to do it on its own, my family's just like, just go, you know, just go, get out of here. And so, you know, that's what they decided. Now, the funeral itself, and this is something that I'm going to have to work through, because Dad sent me the itinerary last night, and they've got a viewing on Thursday, and then they've got a viewing with the service on Friday, and then they go to the graveyard, and then they have the ceremony where they lower the casket in. And the thing I got to work through, like, I don't like funerals. I don't like seeing dead bodies. And I don't want to see my mom's dead body.
I understand that.
And I have got to try to figure out what I'm going to do with this. And I probably will just have a conversation with my dad and say, I don't know what this setup is going to be, but I don't want that. I don't want the picture in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's
I
just
do.
some things you can't unsee stuff.
I think the family is allowed to ask for a closed casket. And if you and your dad agree that that's the way you want it, then just say, look, we want a closed casket.
I don't want to dictate it for me. And they've done that. I mean, I still vividly remember, I had a sister that was stillborn. And I still vividly remember standing over her casket and looking at her body. And I don't want that.
How old were you?
I mean, I was young. I was, vividly. I probably was maybe kindergarten, first grade.
Wow.
And it is vividly in my mind. I know when you see something like that, it imprints. I don't want that. So I don't know. I don't want to be the insensitive a-hole. It's all about me, but
it's not, because it's a real thing to go through, and there may be some things you can do to where you cannot see as much as if it's out there and you can see it. Maybe there's a way to sit to where you don't have to see it.
I just don't know, because you know me, I don't like to cause waves. I don't want to ever make anything about me, because at this moment, this is not about you, Kev. I don't want to make it that. But at the same time, I don't want to walk into something that I can't unsee. I don't want to carry that with me.
Well, of course, it's your mom, and you do have an opinion that should be heard with all that. I mean, I don't think you're being dramatic for any of that.
And
No.
somebody's asking, is it definitely open casket? I think it is, because they use the word viewing. And I just know in Logan, I don't know what it is, man. That's how they are. They love kicking that thing open and people just standing over a dead body, and it's because of Logan I feel that way, seeing all those open caskets. And I'm just like, guys, do you not think this is weird? Standing over a dead body? I'm like, I don't like this, man. It always gave me the heebie-jeebies every time I saw it. And I'm like, I don't like this, man. I'm sorry, but I just got to hang up. I don't want to see dead bodies. I don't want to see my mom's dead body.
I mean, I think this is one of those things where, I don't even have any advice to give you. I just know this is going to be rough, and I just, I hope it goes.
And my dad's probably nicely going to tell me, be like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to be there. I'll be fine. But I don't want that either. I want to be there with my dad. And so
you should be there.
I am caught between this thing where I'm like, okay, where are you going to be standing? Like, are you going to have a receiving line where you're just standing there? Because it's 4 hours.
Wow, that's long.
There's one session, it's 2 hours, you get a little break, and then you come back for 2 more hours. And I've seen that before. That's how they did it in Logan. You would stand by the casket. I do not want to stand by my mom's dead body for 4 hours.
And you don't have to, Kev. You don't have to.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, what? So I gotta figure that out.
You don't have to stand there.
Yeah.
And you can ask your dad too. What's the plan? Is it open casket?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get more specific today and just say, hey, I don't know, man. Can you maybe hang in there and I'll get people as they come in. I'm like, I don't want to look like I'm not standing with you. And people are like, that's weird. Why is Kevin not standing with his dad? So I don't know.
There's ways you can probably.
I don't want that either.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, they have a rift going on.
There's ways you can probably do other things to where you're appearing, or helping out, and then maybe it's a situation where you don't have to stand by the body. And if people have any problem with that, they're going to be so concerned with talking with your dad and saying stuff. No one's going to be judging you.
Okay.
Then so what if they are?
No, I know.
We know it's in your heart.
Yeah. I won't be back to Logan for another 10 years anyway. So.
Yeah.
I don't know these people.
But you're dealing with something that a lot of people have to deal. We're all going to have to deal with this.
I don't know if anybody else has that kind of hang up, but yeah, it is a hang up that I have. I didn't actually. I don't feel like it's twisted, but I just, I don't love that.
I'm right there with you. We just did my stepmother's funeral.
It was a viewing?
It was a viewing with an open casket. It was 4 hours. It was long. It was very difficult on her children and her husband. And I just was standing there like, wow, this is a lot.
Right,
A family that is in pain
Yes.
now has to go through this. It
Right.
was mentally and physically torturously exhausting for
I'm
my
expecting
family.
that, yeah.
It would have been tough for me to go through that too, and we just had my mom cremated, so it wasn't like we were there when she passed away, and I obviously saw her pass away.
Yeah.
But when it came to the whole funeral and all that, we had her cremated, and I just don't think my mom would have liked any of that.
Right. Yeah. And that's just, and that might be something that happens in that area of the country, Virginia, because I know they're not necessarily too far away from, where my parents are.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, all across the country, how you do it is you have a viewing and then you have the services the next day. But that's very traditional and it's expensive. So a lot of families don't do those things if they don't have the money for it. All of that is very expensive.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is people were asking, so what's the situation with the colonel, your aunt?
That was one of my first questions.
Dad,
asked.
yeah. And I don't know. I do not know. If you missed that saga, the colonel was right there with my mom, and she's very right wing. And I was actually talking to my cousin this weekend, and she was kind of plugged into it a little bit and what was going on. I know Dad was, and hey, look, he was going through it, but emotionally he was like, look, your mom was so anti-vaccine, and her and the colonel were standing against this stuff, and he said, look, so I didn't get it, 2 other women in our office didn't get it, and then another guy did get it, and of the 4 people, 3 got sick, and I didn't. And I'm not saying right or wrong, I'm just telling you this is how my dad is feeling of this, and he's processing a lot. His wife is dying of this terrible disease. And so, I don't know if that was him necessarily just lashing out at that point, or what is going on with this.
Well, when stuff like this goes down, people, their emotions can range from.
Sure.
I saw some people who are very normally quiet during my mom, really be emotional, and vice versa. Sometimes you don't know how it's going to hit you.
Yeah, and if you miss that, Dad had actually sent a text to my mom's sisters, and he had said, enough. He said, because they were texting her saying, if you go into the hospital, they're going to kill you. You got to get out of there. And it was causing my mom a lot of stress and anxiety, and they had to sedate her. And my dad at that point was like, enough. You're not helping this situation. She's unvaccinated with her beliefs, and she's in the fight for her life, and we need to make this not any more difficult for her.
Do you feel like the colonel, if she was to show up, she's not the kind that would try to start drama at a funeral?
No, I don't think so. I just don't know where it would be, and I don't know if it would be.
Well, she's going to be there.
I would imagine she is, and all this stuff is so new. I just got the plans last night for what was going to happen, so I don't know who's showing up or what the situation's going to be, and I would expect and hope that, look, what's done is done. And,
well, that's a big part of it.
And I'm going to talk with Dad, and I don't know where he is with it right now, and maybe he feels this way, and he's already there, and I hope he is, because what's done is done.
That's a great perspective to get everybody just on to honor and celebrate your mom.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole thing too is, look, Mom has her own free will. Mom made her own decisions or whatever she saw, and who knows? Mom might have been driving that train just as much, if not more, than the colonel. So I just know that was how they would commiserate, as sharing all this stuff and believing in the evils of it, right or wrong. I don't know, but yeah. So that could provide some interesting drama. So we'll see.
Gosh, funeral drama. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Somebody had texted and said, open caskets are old school, and most have gone away from it. From my mother, we had a closed casket and put up a big picture of her in front of it. My family was thankful for this. And I that's a great idea, and I'm going to hope that that's where we go with this, and I'll ask Dad, be like, what are we doing? Could we do that instead?
Is it ultimately up to Kevin's dad?
It's up to Kevin and his dad. You guys are the ones that make that decision, and I think you should make your thoughts known to your dad now, because he's going to be in there today and tomorrow planning all of this.
Right.
And if you don't tell him, he's not going to know what's in your heart.
Yeah.
So you just say, hey, Dad, can we make this a closed casket thing?
And he might not even be thinking like that,
And he might not notice. He might not care.
It may not even be a problem from him. It may not even be a big deal. So
Right.
definitely bring it up to your dad.
I think you should. And I think anybody who is direct family that feels that way, I know I feel that way. I prefer closed casket. I just got done with an open casket, and it's traumatizing. It's weird, and I don't like it.
Yeah. And I'll also see, too, did Mom have any design on this? Did she request specifically? And if she did, then this is my problem, and I will deal with it. I'll figure out how to deal with it.
I have nothing but faith in you that you will be great during this time.
Well, sometimes older people already have this planned out, too. They may have pre-planned their final wishes where and this is what my stepmother did, she went in to the funeral home and she planned everything from the casket she picked out, from the time for the visiting, for the room it was going to be in, for all the details. My stepmom picked out her plot where she was going to be buried. She picked from beginning to end. Pre-planning is a thing, and your mother may have done it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see where we are with that. Who knows? I'll get more information on that today. Somebody texted in, said, Kevin, I'm the same way. Funeral directors deal with these kind of hang-ups like ours every day, and they have solutions for how to handle your needs with grace and decor.
That's cool. Yeah, you'd figure they would.
Yes. So thank you for that. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll let you guys know more as it goes down. So.
You're going to be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we shall see. But again, thank you for all the nice wishes. Got a little bit more information. We had an email today about this girl that uses a poop bucket because she's got her bathroom that is right by her bedroom, and she was dating this guy, and she didn't want him to know that she was going to take a big old dump because I guess you can hear everything going on in the bathroom.
I mean,
yeah.
My bathroom's like that. If you were to stay at my place, my bath, you could hear everything going on.
Yeah. Grant sent it, though. I mean, here's what it is. They sell them at like Dick's. It is a bucket with a little toilet seat on it. I mean, it's a legit
If you're somebody
poop bucket
that has a hang up and you just started dating somebody and you don't want to have them hear you go number 2, I can see how that could work. You have a poop bucket on the side of your house in an area where no one can see you.
Yeah.
If you're a fast pooper, you got the wet wipes, boom, you go right there, do your business. Hey, babe, I was just getting something out of the car.
I went to go check the garden.
Now, it's a lie, yes, but isn't that one of those innocent lies that doesn't mean anything?
Yeah. They use them typically for hunting, I believe. But, yeah, I guess you could get one. But it is odd if you see somebody at the poop bucket and they're not a hunter.
I mean, it's an emergency, so, you're doing what you got to do.
True.
Yeah.
This isn't obviously what you want all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Poop bucket. I don't know, Virginia.
Okay.
You're going to get one?
I'm lucky because I have a bath. I'm like you. I have a bathroom that's away from everything. You can kind of hide out there.
Hidden bathroom.
And it's by the air conditioned.
Yes, we like that. A quiet, hidden bathroom.
But if you go in the bedroom by me, oh boy, I'm hearing everything.
Yeah. Ann says, doesn't she have a fan in the bathroom? That's what I do when I don't want people hearing me. It's better than going outside. But yeah, sometimes the light is different than the fan, and when you rev up that fan, you're like, oh, someone's taking a shit.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you're just putting a fucking
fan's
light
a dead
on you.
giveaway.
Hey guys, I'm shitting. Yeah. No, it's terrible. Terrible. The fan is not going to help you.
Right. Ashford sent a message on the app, said, yeah, when I go out in the woods or fishing, I always wear an undershirt just in case I got to use it to wipe.
Yeah, I knew somebody, a family member, they had a shit out in Jonathan Dickinson. They had to wipe with leaves, and they said it was so uncomfortable. You imagine wiping with leaves?
That'd be tough.
That's rough.
It is.
That'd be real tough.
I get woodsy people like, oh man, that's just nothing. But if you're just a soft bitch from Lake Park.
Yeah.
Here, take this. Hopefully it's not poison ivy.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like the stick or some part of it is going to crinkle in your butthole.
Yeah, that is definitely a weird thing. I got this email from somebody who'd like to remain anonymous, said, I listen to you guys on your makeup or breakup all the time. And do you really believe that some people are just not meant to be together no matter how much they love each other? My fiance and I have been together for almost 10 years, and lately all we do is fight. Everything gets on his nerves or isn't the right way to do something. We'll fight really badly, and then we'll go ahead and we'll make up. But do you think that it's supposed to be this difficult?
No.
I know we love each other, but my question is, do you think some people are meant aren't meant to be together no matter how hard they try to make it work.
Yes.
Relationships can run their course
Yeah.
too. And I would just tell you this, life is short. If you're fighting with the person you're with all the time, that negative energy is going to make you sick and him sick from the inside out.
Yeah.
Life is not meant to be spent fighting and upset and in drama. Get off the hamster wheel and go be happy.
I think drama can happen. Of course, people fight. People can say things they don't mean. That's being human. But when you're legit drama and there's fighting constantly, I'll give you a month and a half to where we can work. If it's gonna keep doing that shit, to your point, life is way too fucking short.
It
Yeah.
really
It
is.
Yeah. And something seems like it's missing in your relationship too, that you're fighting the way that you are. You really always have to have an appreciation for the person that you're with. And it just sounds like when you have a short fuse and you're fighting about everything, that somehow has gone away, and you need to either find a way to revive that, or you need to say, you know what, I just don't cherish you enough, and you probably shouldn't be in a relationship at that point.
I think too, the older people get, no matter what, we tend to all go on autopilot, and it sometimes takes work to really, I don't know, hit the reset button and be conscious of what you're doing in your life. I know I'm very guilty of hitting the autopilot, and if you're going through that in a relationship, autopilot, not trying, maybe one person's on autopilot, the other one's sort of on autopilot.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shitty relationship. You got to want to get excited. You got to want to bang and go out and have dinner and have fun.
If you're spending your time with somebody and you're always annoyed and they're always annoyed with you, I mean, what are you doing it for?
What are you doing it for?
Go be happy. Go find a different situation. This thing may have run its course, and that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying people can't have low times and they fight through it. Of course you can.
Right.
But if it's something where it's
If
consistent,
it's constant, yeah.
Why? Why do you want to be in that?
Yeah, you're talking about a constant here, and that is definitely a problem. So I got an idea here that is for Jay Bird. Listen to Friday's ATS. I always have these fancy, trendy restaurants, and I assume it's an advertising thing, but it gave me an idea. I know Jay Bird has the Weird and Whatever podcast, but I love when he asks the fans what are the best restaurants in the area for a certain type of food. What if he had a podcast where each week he goes to some of the top responses and tries the food and then does a review on said podcast? If we could find a co-host that also loves food like him, that would be a great podcast in my opinion.
Yeah, me and Kevin talked about, I don't know if you remember or not, maybe a couple of weeks or maybe about a month ago at your place, starting up the whole pizza, going into pizza places, having me doing reviews, legit honest reviews. If it's shitty ass pizza,
It is, yeah.
I will just say, look, I personally don't like this pizza, because I did notice that when I was doing the pizza reviews, people were into it, but they also noticed I was kissing a lot of ass, and they want real opinions.
Well, it's got to be because people are going to base, their buying decisions on that kind of stuff, and they're going, okay, I trust Jay Bird's opinion.
Back to the Weird Whatever podcast. I know that we get some emails about that. We've had a lot of weird things go down. I got COVID. We also have lost a member of our show. She ended up moving. I'll just tell you now, producer Birdney, who is our producer, she ended up moving to another state, so she's not going to be on Weird and Whatever.
Oh, wow, okay.
And we're also in the process of building that podcast. I did want to do it here at the station. With COVID and the roof leaking and shit never working here, I decided to put some money in making a podcast at my place, and it's almost done.
Looks great.
And when it's done, that's when Weird and Whatever will be coming back within the next month or two.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to tie that in with the Halloween movie, so there's a few new things to look forward to.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool thing about it, I mean, there might be a couple. The cool thing of the podcast, you could do just a couple of episodes one off on it, and at any time we just pop over there in the afternoon after we do this. And if you ever have any ideas or something comes up, we'll probably be doing a lot of different podcasts you can check out.
I would love that. I put money into it, so it'd be awesome for KVJ to come over and use it and do all kind of bunch of fun stuff, so we don't always have to rely on here. It's just a different vibe going to someone's house, having some drinks, having a good time.
Yeah.
Sure.
When Virginia and Panda came over, we did one called The Bitch and the Witch. It was so much fun. We pre-gamed it. It seemed like most of KVJ Nation loved it. It was loose and fun.
Totally.
And it is a different vibe when you're at a house.
Yeah, you can be a little bit more chill and
What's my rules, motherfucker?
right. You're not walking around here with like your coworkers.
Yeah, but
It's just different.
I do love the idea of going to restaurants and doing that kind of stuff. I'm in the middle of, as soon as I get this shit taken care of with the IRS and they give me my money they owe me, I will be able to change my name legally to Pizza Pennington.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I can't do it till
That's big news.
Well, I can't do it till the fucking IRS gets with me. You think it's a problem now? Oh, so what's your name, Jason Pizza? You don't exist. We have nothing on record.
You don't exist.
And I thought this was a nice little feel-good Monday, worthy of a call him out. Joyce had sent this in. She said, I witnessed a student walking to Martin County High School, and as it started raining, she was struggling to cover up with a sweater. The car in front of me rolled down their window, handed her an umbrella. It made my Monday morning so much better.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I thought that was really nice. That's exactly what I was kind of talking about. Just honestly, try to do awesome little things like that. Try to leave people better than when you found them. So it really will make the world a better place. So there you go. Thank you all again for all your nice little messages. Thanks for locking it in here on a Monday. You enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.